I feel very strongly that there's an unnecessary divide between the life sciences and the technical sciences. Basically, there's a cultural divide. Our colleagues in the life sciences and our colleagues in the engineering and technical arts can no longer communicate with each other. There's a lot of misunderstanding or a lot of miscommunication going on, and so it's very difficult for people to work together. That's completely artificial. Within 4 years, a young student from high school who would work with their peers in AP Biology, AP Chemistry, AP Physics, side by side, they go to the university and then they're separated to different sides of campus. One becomes a biologist, one becomes an engineer, and 4 years later they can no longer talk to each other. So we've built this cultural divide that's not necessary, and I'd love to see a world where that's not there. So part of LifeChips' goal is to also bridge that cultural divide. The LifeChips program at UCI involves over 60 faculty who all buy into this idea and want to get to know each other and want to work together. And we have a lot of events and colloquia and workshops and so forth, where we bring people together in a somewhat informal environment and they get to know what each other's doing.
Hi, I'm Phil Collins. I'm a professor in the Department of Physics and Astronomy here at UCI. The research that we do is on molecular circuits, specifically making nanoscale circuits that are small enough that we can measure single molecules. So you can imagine that that kind of research is pretty interdisciplinary, and that's what draws us into the LifeChips program. The work that we do involves mutating proteins, but also fabricating semiconductor devices, understanding the physics of how electrons are flowing through that device, and then modifying the surface chemistry of the device. So our group involves students coming from the chemistry department, from the physics department, from electrical engineering and material science, and every once in a while we have a biologist or a chemical biologist in the group as well. And by bringing together all these different areas of expertise, we're able to kind of solve these long-term challenges of doing new science at the forefront of what's possible.
My training is as a tumor immunologist and a cancer biologist, but our interactions with the LifeChips program and the biomedical engineering and engineers has allowed us to start to think about ways to try and use new tools to address unanswered questions in cancer biology. And the capacity to interact with our engineering and mathematics colleagues really brings a new perspective and a new way of thinking about particular problems. And I would venture to say that the interactions that we have together, the biologists and our engineers and our mathematicians and our chemists, really provides a unique opportunity for cross-fertilization. We talk about things differently, we think about things differently, and so it's important when you have individuals from different areas of expertise all in the same place or all interacting together that it catalyzes new things. It's allowing you to think in ways that you wouldn't normally have thought about particular problems, because you have a more diverse perspective and you've been exposed to other ways of approaching particular problems. And that's a very fruitful way to if you will, think outside the box, right? Because you're actually forced to, because you have to use different language that your engineers use, and you have to think about things in a different way, and vice versa.
So we start this project back in 2006 upon consultation with more than 65 faculty members. At that time, when we look back, what should we focus on for the future of graduate education we have not done in the last 50 years. So we did is a look back as electrical engineer. We have witnessed tremendous growth and advancements in science and technology in chip area. But we are seeing the plateau. The growth is going to slow down. So what would be the next generation of technology? What innovation need to come in to rescue us on its way to bring the performance even better? So that's a question we pose to ourselves. To further research and develop the life science solution for disease treatments, and also further improve or invent new technology for the information communication technology. Maybe there's an opportunity to take integrative, multidisciplinary research collaborations by having students and faculty coming from the area of life sciences and technologies, working in the micro and nano domains. And this is a fertile ground for innovations. And LifeChips aim to bring people together to stimulate the new research and developments in this area. So that is a LifeChips.
So we have a nice training program that's funded by the National Science Foundation, which is called IGERT. And the Integrated Graduate Research and Training Program funds organizations throughout the country to train graduate students in integrative research. And in our case, what that means is LifeChips. Now, what our goal here is to have these students feel comfortable working on all of the aspects of the research, so that they don't identify themselves, oh, I'm just a biologist, I can't understand the technology stuff, or I'm just an engineer, I don't understand that life science stuff. We want them to feel comfortable working with all of that. They will still have a specialty, but they have a comfort level where they can talk to their colleagues. Our hope is that these guys will go on into industry, go on into academia, and be the leaders, the next generation of leaders, who have a comfort level of working outside of their little defined box. So the LifeChips program, the training part of it, is really designed to try to affect this change through the next generation of researchers. And I'm very happy and proud to be part of that.